Hello everyone, Fluffy here. Don't have a mukbang, don't have a cooking mukbang. Just wanted to do a quick vlog. Get on here and just say hi. Um, I filmed Monday and it took like forever, like 24 hours to get that cooking video up. It was very frustrating because I had to unplug the laptop in order to do the cooking video, and so then I brought it back over here and was uploading the video, and my tooth was hurting real bad, so I went to soak in the tub, and I just left it uploading, and then I went to bed, tried to sleep, and I finally gave up that day, Tuesday, and so I got up to check the video, and I noticed the power light was off. So when I stuck the plug back in to start charging the laptop, I said, okay, I'm going to have to upload the video again, but I saw the percentage kind of go up every now and again. I said, well, for some odd reason, it's still uploading, but it was taking like forever. And I'm like, is it really uploading properly? You know? So I went ahead and started uploading it again, and it went much faster. But by that time, half the day was gone. And all of that. So I apologize for it so late. It should have been up like 6 or 7 in the morning, and had I plugged the dang computer in, it would have been up a lot sooner. So I apologize for that. Getting a lot of good responses, even though it was kind of a cheaty one. I'm trying to think of what else I can make cooking wise, because it was really fun. Prep was a pain in the ass, but trying to get it all ready. But so those ones who do the complicated cooking shows, you do a lot of prep ahead of time, because you have to kind of cook a different way, and I didn't just throw that stuff in the pan. So, but I'll try to think of something to make, and because it was a lot of fun. I had fun using my little stove. But I'm hoping everybody's having a real good week. This week so far, it's hump day. Every time I think of say the word hump day, I think of that commercial with the camel in it, don't y'all? So I came back and made sure everything was up. There was a can of food. I had many raviolis today. My teeth are feeling a lot better, especially that tooth. Still a little tender, but I think from all the pain, it kind of hurts to the touch. But the teeth, I've been real careful what I've been eating the last couple of days, like mini raviolis was the only thing I really had today. Try to get a few days in of just medication and just calming this mouth down. So I'm doing real good as far as that goes. Excuse the hair. This is what happens. I had to go somewhere with my mom, and I had just got out of the shower, and you fibro people know what it takes to take a shower. So then I got in the car with the hair wet and the windows rolled down. So this is what happens. It doesn't look too bad. At least it looks thick. No bald spots. Look, I'm trying to look for a bald. Don't look for a bald spot. It looks good. Looks halfway good. So, I just wanted to come on real quick and just let y'all know how I'm doing. I'm doing really good. Really, really good. I miss my kid, but that's to be expected. So, she'll be back in a month. I think she comes back on the 17th, June 17th, but then that's the soon-to-be ex's birthday, so I don't know if that's why I have that date in my head, or that's when the kid's coming back. But I think that's when my kid's coming back too, so it'd be nice to have her home. I miss her. I'm not lonely, but I miss her. So, and they've been working really screwy hours, so she's not getting a lot of sleep. So she's like, Mom, when I go in the crazy hours, don't expect to hear from me all the time. And I'm like, no, because she's been real good this trip of staying in contact with me, and I appreciate that. Ooh, excuse me. See, I think I want to go lay down, but I know if I do, I'm just going to lie there, and then it's going to aggravate me. So, I had a request to make mac and cheese, and there was something else. I'll have to go back and look, and whatever the other thing was didn't sound complicated, so I'm probably sure I could pull that off. Shells and cheese. Fluffy, you cheater. Yes, I'm a cheater. I'm a cheater. Ooh. But I guess that's it. I just wanted to make a quick. I don't want so many days to go by again without filming when it's not necessary. I mean, I'm feeling good today. I had the ravioli, and then my mom asked me to go somewhere with her, so I went with her, and I just got back like less than 10 minutes ago. So, really don't know what to eat. I'm kind of afraid to eat anything. I'm not really hungry. I could have some broth or something if I get hungry, but oh, I know what I could do since we're only 5 minutes in, and I'll make it quick. If y'all tired of hearing about my eye situation, you can go ahead and click out now. God bless you, and sending you positive vibes. But those of you that want to hear it, I'll tell you. That hospital was or is still under investigation for just a lot of problems and mishaps happening, and I think the federal government, come on if you're coming. No? Okay. Come on. Come on, fatso. Oh, not my face. The federal government took their funding away because of problems and threats to shut the hospital down because I know one incident, it was on a Facebook and on the news that they used a wet diaper that was heated up in the microwave to heat up a child's heel, a baby, actually not a child, a baby, an infant's heel, to make the blood flow because they were having to get blood from it, and heating up, I guess, thins the blood. So anyway, that's the kind of hospital, so it hasn't been just me. My experience was when we got there, we went down, and like I said, I can't remember whether it was the wife or my stepson. I think it was my stepson that got me, and the wife was right behind it. He had already had my insurance card. Well, they ended up trying to get a hold of me, wanting my insurance card now. While I was in there, I already told you, they put me on the fast track side. They made me wait in the waiting room for an hour and a half. I felt like I kept wanting to vomit, because I was dizzy and I kept feeling nauseated. And so the wife had gone to ask for one of those tubs for me, and she told them why. And, oh yeah, we keep those locked up. So I'll have to see if I can find a key. The lady never came back. The wife said it was a doctor that happened to be going through the lobby. And that picture that I put of my eye injury was taken in the bathroom of that waiting room, because I asked the wife to take me to the restroom, and I said, here, while I don't have the towel, take a picture of it. And I had found out that, I had originally gone downstairs when I fell to go to the bathroom, so I guess landing on my stomach, I ended up peeing my pants. I thought I was sweating, but when I pulled my pants down, you can smell urine, because that was embarrassing. But so we spent an hour and a half, never got the bucket, so that in case I got sick in the lobby. And it made me mad because it's an old hospital. It's St. Joseph's in downtown Houston. And the hallways were real narrow. And after we went into the triage where they take your blood pressure and everything, and the guy grabbed my arm, and I yanked back and I yelled at him, he told us to go wait out in the lobby. And so the wife kind of got turned around and wasn't real sure where to go. And of course, she's trying to push my big behind around in that thingy. I couldn't look up, but I could see it was a male nurse that did my vitals. And I could see him leaning in the doorway with, like, here's a straight leg, and his leg was kind of bent, how kind of all relaxing. I could see his hip leaned up against the frame, and he just stood there watching her. Didn't try to tell her, oh no, go this way or nothing. Was real quiet. because my eye was damaged, not my ears. And he never told her. She goes, I don't know which way to go, Dee. I said, well, let's just go this way. And I was looking down, and you never really realize how much in sync your eyes go, you know. And so in my brain, this eye was closed, the bad eye was closed, so I was trying to look with my right eye, but every time I moved my right eyeball around, the left eyeball would move and it would hurt. So I tried not to look around. So we went into the to lobby and stayed, and they finally called us back to the triage, and the guy jumps back. They're can't put me on the bed, the examination table, because there's a wadded up bloody a bed sheet on there. So I'm staying in the wheelchair, and so automatically when he sees my eye, call the supervisor, neck collar, all of a sudden, go get her a full CT scan. And then they told me, well, don't let anybody put you out in the lobby again, just stay right here. And of course the wife's like, I'm not going to go anyway, we're not going anywhere. And they kept losing patients, because we're so-and-so, they were over here. And like 5 or 6 times I got asked what my name was. And finally the one lady comes and says, what are you doing over here? There's nobody on this side. Let me take you to the emergency room side. So she wheels me over there. She's like 80 pounds if she's an ounce, putting my big ass down the hallway. And the wife was telling her I could push her. No, I got it. So when I get to the other side, I guess they're all feeling guilty. So they start rushing around acting like I just got there. And I guess it's a teaching hospital, because every time a doctor-ish person walked in, they wanted me to move my eye around. And I kept thinking, it hurts. And I'm afraid to move it now. So I started refusing to move it unless my doctor went in there, and it was a PA. One of the first mistakes was the PA was introducing himself as a doctor, which I found out that's illegal. When they did my vitals, you know how when you first go into the emergency room, you get like that sheet of stickers in case they got to do tests and put it on every kind of paper? They misplaced mine. So he's taking my personal information off his computer screen and taking photographs of it with his phone. And my wife saw it. And she goes, I don't think you're supposed to be doing that. He goes, well, I could hear the conversation. I don't think you're supposed to be doing that, my wife says. And he goes, well, we lost her paper and I just need her information. I delete it right after, like that. And then, so she says, Fluffy, she says, he's taking pictures of your personal information. Are you okay with that? I said, no, not really. So the guy got mad, and he said that he deleted it, so I don't know. They did the CT scan. They did an x-ray of my arm, because you could see the bruise on it. And that was it. So when they were putting me on the bed and stuff, I told the lady that I had peed my pants. I said, I'm sorry, because they wanted me to get undressed. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I peed my pants. And they're like, oh, that's all right, honey. We'll clean you up. They took the stuff out to clean me, and they didn't. Their idea of cleaning me up was to take off my pants and my underwear and put a hospital gown on me. So everybody coming in, maybe because I had a black eye, maybe they think the wife did it. I smell like urine. I'm in a downtown hospital. Maybe they thought that I was a prostitute that got beat up. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's the way I got treated. Not that those kind of people needed to be treated like that, but it's like they showed no care whatsoever, And I kept telling them, I got in there about 5:30, so this was about 6:37. I kept telling them I'm allergic to penicillin. I'm allergic to penicillin. Finally, about midnight or 1 o'clock, one of the ladies gets sick of me telling her, so she finally puts a band on my arm that I have an allergy. That should be done by the people doing my vitals. So it took them hours to do that. Finally, they had these 2 interns coming in, and they were talking to me, and they were the first 2 that wanted to look at the rest of my body. I had bruises all up and down my legs because of the fall down the stairs, and then I know I was hitting my legs crawling up the stairs to get my phone, because I was on all fours when I had crawled back up those stairs. And so they look at me and they go, did anybody even examine you? I said, no, sir, not from the neck down. And they were pissed. So they called for a They want me to move, so they call for an x-ray tech to come in there and do the x-rays of my legs. No broken bones. I knew that because, you know, I had walked to my son's car. And so that's when they started talking about that I had cracked my orbital floor. And so there was a crack, and they had to put a plate in it to keep the eye where it's supposed to be. And so they, you know, time is of the essence. You really should get it done. So me and the wife discussed it, and she said, it's up to you. And I really didn't want them to do it because I had been treated so poorly already. But, oh, time is of the essence. You really need to get it done. And I told the wife, okay, I'm going to trust them. And 8 o'clock in the morning, and I did not end up getting surgery until 5 o'clock that evening. And that surgery was even late. We went down there, and I had to wait in the hallway because the nurse was in a hurry to go. So instead of leaving me in one of the waiting rooms, he's like inching me closer and closer to the door of the operating room. Yeah. So, so they do the surgery, and apparently the first surgeon only glued that guitar pick piece of titanium in there. And so when they took me upstairs, they told the wife, there's no waiting room downstairs. If you'll stay up here, as soon as she gets done, we'll bring her upstairs, because you're not going to be allowed to go into recovery anyway. So we get upstairs, and the wife says that there is this pitcher of ice, and there's 3 little vials in there, 2 or 3 vials in there. They stick it on the windowsill. She asked the guy that's bringing me upstairs, what are those for? And he says, I don't know, ma'am. You're going to have to ask your nurse, the nurse that's in charge of her. So when, at that point, the pitcher was by my leg. It was in between my legs. And I'm still kind of zoning in and out, and I don't hear this conversation. And so when the nurse comes in, she asks the nurse, and the nurse looks at him and goes, oh, I don't know, takes them and sticks them on the windowsill of my room. They stayed there the whole time, the whole weekend that I was there. Never got touched, never got used or nothing. The ice melted, whatever. It never got touched, never got used on me. And so they said I could they didn't give me any instructions whatsoever. The only thing they told me was don't bend over. That's what they told me. Don't put anything to put weight on that eye, but that was all. That's all they said. And I had a lot of pressure in that eye, so I kept having to put these drops in there to keep the pressure of the eye down. Surgeon never came to visit me, not even once after the surgery, just kind of left me in the room. When I went to the bathroom, I sneezed, and my eye was literally bleeding. That never happened, even though I sneezed. That during the second surgery, there was never any blood, and there was blood, and I told the nurse about it, and, oh, I think it'll be okay. That was the last that I heard about my eye bleeding. So, whoever believes in the paranormal, you know, the whole time I'm in there, I have things pulling on my gown, sitting at the foot of my bed. And I know it wasn't anybody because it would wake me up, and I would look and there's nobody there. People constantly pulling on my gown, trying to straighten up my gown. I know that after I got home, I brought something with me or the wife did, because after that there was like a dark entity, like a shadow figure that was dark. Everything else, her parents would come to the house, my dad would come to the house, and it was always kind of a white mist. And this time it was darkness. And it would touch inappropriately until we told them, you don't have permission to touch us. And sometimes it would just hover in the corner of the room, and then after a while it would go away. So there was that. The lady was checking my thingy, and I kept telling her it was hurting. I said, can you switch it? I know I have to have the ID. She got mad and ripped the tape off, and I wanted to sock her, y'all. I wanted to smack her. But I didn't. I was the vulnerable one. I don't want to get smacked back. So it was like really bad. And like I told you in the film, so I get home and I go through all the things. They find out the secondary swelling. They put the plate in wrong, and the second doctor screwed in the plate. He not only glued it, but there's a bolt in it. And so it feels weird to do the eye because when I touch the top right in here, it feels like, it feels weird because I'm touching the skin, but then I'm touching the metal plate. It's just, it feels gross when I do it. So, and this guy, he was Savinsky. That was my surgeon. I had the head of plastic surgery. He was wonderful. He was wonderful. And so the muscle part of the muscle died, and that's why I have the permanent double vision. It was really bad. Like the images were like this far away, and as the eye started healing and the swelling, the eye doctor said that there's surgery that you can do and go in there to tweak it. But I had improved past the eligibility for surgery, which I was kind of glad because I really didn't want another surgery, but I really wanted to be able to, you know, kind of see regular. But I do thank God I'm alive. I do thank God I have an eye to look through. I hate my glasses. I still hate them, but I know they're necessary. And the second surgeon rebuilt my sinuses. Of course, that's why I told you in the video, is why I sniffle a lot. And it's really weird because sometimes, and they put tubing in there, I guess, so when it healed, it kept a cavity through there. My tear duct is a little stretched out. Like if you look real close, it's kind of tilting down. But sometimes when I blow my nose, it's not all the time, air will come out through that tear duct. That's weird. Joe wanted to know that. But then, of course, I have I have the permanent numbness. And because I have psoriasis, the doctor had told me don't ever do anything to aggravate your skin. Because, you know, you're going to get psoriasis. And like when I would get blood taken on the regular, I'd have 1 dot of psoriasis. Stress will aggravate my psoriasis. But I have one picture, and I didn't realize the psoriasis got bad, especially on the numb side. I mean, it was thick. It was so gross. It was so gross. But now it's, you know, pretty good, and sometimes I get 1 dot of it right in here. Like right now I can feel it. I've got a dot of it here, and so what are you going to do? You know, you just have to live with what you got. I wish they'd make prism contact lenses. But they said that the contacts would have to be too thick to get, you know, prisms cut into them. So, because I would really, really like to get rid of these. Because like I said, I keep them on all the time. Today when I took a shower, it's exhausting to take a shower. But I took a shower today, and I kept the glasses on the whole time, and I'm trying to look because they're fogging up. I took them off long enough to wash my hair and wash my face, and they went right back on, so the water's hitting them, trying to do the rest of me, and try not to tip over. Even with the glasses on in that water with the steam, you feel kind of off kilter, and I kept having to put my hand on the wall, and I'm like, oh my God, if I fall, these dogs are not going to be able to call 911. But I made it, y'all. I lived. I survived. So, yeah, I was not really happy with that hospital stay. It was not pleasant at all. You know, taking pictures of my personal information, lying to me about when the surgery was going to be. Not using whatever vials got sent up with me. I mean, you figure they really should be using that stuff, you know. And then the treatment in, you know, in the emergency room, I was just not happy. I just really wasn't happy. So, but I tried to talk to some lawyer about suing them for malpractice because my double vision is caused by the first plate pressing up against that muscle, but they said that I'd have to prove it was done maliciously. So I'm thinking, but malpractice is you screwed up, but I have to prove that he screwed up on purpose. So there you go. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of not ruin a mukbang by talking about my experience in the room, because then you won't miss out on a mukbang. If you're thinking, God, I don't really want to hear about things, you could just not view this, click out or whatever. But anyway, I'm gonna let you go. It's 9:45 in the evening. I've been talking for 25 minutes. That's Molly to Molly. And so Molly, Miss Molly, Sheba, come here, up, come here, come here, come here. Look, up here, look, yeah. You did good today. Yeah, I left that can of mini raviolis on the counter, and it's still there. Good girl. Yeah. Okay. There's no food there. There's no food there. Here? Molly. Molly. Molly, there's a Miss Molly to Molly. There's Miss Molly to Molly. There's a Miss Molly to Molly. Yeah? What you doing? Huh? What you doing? What? Huh? Yeah. Yeah, let's see your face. Look at your face. Okay. Put your raccoon hands. And you also saw Besito in the beginning. So, God bless everybody. Positive vibes out to each and every one of you. Continue your prayers for Sarah Jane and the positive vibes. Remember to always be kind, and I will talk to y'all real soon. Bye.